So I want to take a minute here to explain the intermontaine basins, because I'm not sure it's really explained very well in the book. So we saw the laramide orogeny occur. And the laramide orogeny, even though the Rocky Mountains today look very tall and very jagged, the laramide orogeny was originally these great big rolling hills. And we know these rolling hills are made up of sediment, right? Layered sediment, because we saw all that layered sediment get deposited while we had those epicontinental seaways covering all of Laurentia. Now, what happened is as soon as these mountains began to rise, as they formed from the crunching, erosion started to occur almost instantly. So as erosion occurs, that's going to, take away some of this material. So literally we see 2 miles of material getting eroded off. 2 miles. That's a lot of material. So because of that erosion, that's what makes the Rocky Mountains look very jagged. Now, obviously, we're eroding a lot of material off. Now, the Earth works like a teeter-totter, right? So here we have a teeter-totter. If one area is going up, another area is going down. So what happens here? As this material gets eroded off, as all that material gets eroded off, the Rocky Mountains begin to rise from underneath. Remember that thing we talked about, isostasy, where if I have a boat in the water and I start loading it with cargo, that boat's going to sink. But if I take some of that cargo off, the boat's going to start to rise. We see the same thing happening here with the Rocky Mountains. Because the Rocky Mountains essentially underwent this drastic weight loss program with all this erosion, they began to rise. And if they're rising over here, then they're going to be sinking down here. And they're sinking because all of this material that's eroding off is moving down this way and it's going to get caught in lake beds that are sitting in these valleys. So these areas are going to sink while these areas are going to rise. And the areas that sink, that's what we call the intermontaine basins. Intermontaine literally means in the mountains. So it's in between each one of those mountains.